Oh, dude, Canadian Fuhrer got beat again, dude. You lost your touch, Canadian Fuhrer. You lost your touch. We are live. Live from the back porch. And we're here to talk shit and get hit. Dinor, why do you come out here with me if all you want to do is be inside? Huh? This is a pain in my ass. So that's it, you're banned. All right. Do you look good in a top hat? I don't know, I don't own a top hat. Wow, I was here before and it said you were live on the stream. It said waiting to start. The notifications are working for me now. Whoa, buddy, whoa. Yeah, dog is banned. Yep. He's banned. Permanent timeout for this stream. Permanent TO. If you is me, then who is I? Too deep of a question for this stream, my friend. Too deep. Too deep. I think I'd look pretty good with a top hat, but I'd have to have the whole thing going with it, you know what I mean? I'd have to have the nice old style suit to go with it, you know, but I think I'd be pretty good looking in that. Did you see Matt Damon as Brett Kavanaugh? I haven't, no. I don't watch Saturday Night Live, and I don't click on their stupid little highlights or anything. I feel like anything I do to engage with Saturday Night Live other than shit talking it supports it, so. I don't want Saturday Night Live to get the idea that they're doing funny things again, because they're not. Look a bit like Garfield, the cat. I do love lasagna. Here, let's fix that a little bit. There we go. There we go. This is so much easier for me to look at, personally. SNL is unwatchable, I agree. That's why I don't click on things when they come by on my YouTube feed. Like, what's popular? Some stupid fucking skit where Saturday Night Live is trying desperately to be, you know, relevant again. What kind of vape do I have? Bubblicious grape. Slender Man is epic. Dude, I watched a documentary, an HBO documentary called Beware the Slender Man, about two like I don't know how old they were, like 12-year-old girls or something, that tried to kill their friend because they said the Slender Man was telling them to do it. Pretty good documentary. Your intro to SNL was Mango? Oh, God. When was the last time you played Bad Fur Day? It's been a long time, man. It's been a very long time. I want to say that the last time that I played Conker's Bad Fur Day was sitting in my friend Waylon's mom's living room on his N64. So I must have been a teenager. Yeah. I've got a pretty clear memory of playing it, but that was a long time ago. That was a full-blown long time ago. I have not seen The Nun, no. I'm kind of out of touch with the Conjuring universe of films or whatever. You look a little gray. I'm a lot gray, but thanks. Thanks, kid. Thanks for the heads up, kiddo. So, Highdeology has been kind of a controversial thing lately, guys. I don't know if you've noticed. But there's a group of dissidents here on Highdeology who are either new or haven't been around long enough to know that the show doesn't change because people don't like it. So I thought maybe too much negativity. See, that's what they're saying. They're saying that I'm too negative here. They're saying that I'm doing too much negativity. And once again, I gotta ask, like, are they new? They must be new. They must be new here. Because there's two things that I think they're fundamentally misunderstanding. Number one, Highdeology has always been a place of negativity. And number two, Highdeology doesn't change because people ask it to or complain. It stays the same no matter what. Then that's that. I miss the desktop Highdeologies with the blobfish and fish RP and stuff from before the fire. Yeah, well, you know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go back to doing that right now. Y'all must not be from around here. Yeah. How's Bob? Bob's channel no longer exists. Bob deleted his channel after that stream. Probably wisely. I think Bob realized that if he ever popped his head up here again, that the whole stream would turn on him and fuck on him. So time to move on to another alt account. Oh, he's back in here already again, for sure. For sure, because that's the way that this works. Nobody's ever gone. Just put on a new face and try again. When you say the same, do you mean that it only follows your direction? Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm the only input for this show. And the things that happen here happen because I want them to happen here. If brainwashing was viable, as in literal brainwashing, you go in and get mind wiped and someone uploads what you want. So it's like a contract. You can choose what you want or don't want. I don't know what the question was. That was a statement. Would you do it? Oh, no, I wouldn't do it. I've spent my whole life trying to figure out how to be me, and the idea of just starting over, not all that great. I'd rather just stay the way I am. Do you consider yourself more pessimist than niche? What? I don't know, man. I don't know how those two things are opposed. Did you just take a shower? About, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago I got out, yeah. I miss you playing Elite Dangerous. Started playing too, but eventually got bored. Now my ship is just floating in the middle of the nowhere with my passenger skeleton. Yeah. You're sitting in a plane about to take off. Oh, you better put that fucking phone in airplane mode. Better turn on airplane mode and crash that plane with your interference. Does anybody buy this stupid shit that cell phones interfere? I don't. I think it's nonsense. I just think it's a way that the airline companies exert more control over you. Get out of here, you, whatever you were. Shoo. It's true. It ain't true. It ain't true, because you know at least 5 people in the fucking plane don't listen and don't put it on airplane mode. At least 5 people. Every plane load just completely ignore and don't put it in cell phone mode or put it in airplane mode. So just another one of those little bullshit things. They pretty much admitted it's bullshit. Then why do they keep making people do it? It's federal law still on the books, I believe. Yeah, well, it's unenforceable federal law. And it's stupid, pointless federal law, too. You're taking up all the air. You're taking up all the bandwidth. Turn off your cell. In fact, cell phones have designed a special mode now to deal with this stupid nonsense law. Isn't that great? Ugh. Ugh. Timed out. Get out of here, Grand Duke. Wonder if the Kaiser cares enough to intervene in the Grand... yeah, well, I just intervened. I just intervened for him, so... No guy who dropped his phone into a swimming pool to see if it would float. You know, a stupid ass. Apparently the number of people mistaking the airplane exit door for the bathroom is on the rise. Does that really happen? That can't happen. Nobody's that stupid. Nobody's that dumb. Nobody's ever been that dumb. I thought the phones just disrupted communication signals. That's what they tell you. But once again, like I said, you know for a fact that, like, when they give that announcement on the plane for everybody to turn their phone into airplane mode, like, at least half the people don't do it. At least half. They mess with the communication to the ground. That's what you're told. That's what you're told. There's a bunch of you guys are at the airport today, huh? Do you think cell phones cause cancer? I don't know. Anyone with Bluetooth earphones? What? Wait a minute, that got removed. Wow, somebody said something and then removed it before I could finish reading it. Phone signals don't interrupt plane communications. They just tell you it so you pay attention to the flight attendant. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like one of those things like, you're not listening to our stupid little spiel, so turn off your phones. It's like, fuck you. I'm not turning off my phone anymore on these planes. I've just decided. I've just made my decision. I'm no longer turning off these phones on these planes. Oh my God, dude. If you just type my name, you're getting a timeout. That's it. That's it. In fact, that's a ban. That one was just a full-blown ban. Cock the hammer back and pull the trigger. Oh, somebody else wants a ban. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. There's a lot of people out here that want bans. Let's give it to them. Anybody that wants a ban, go ahead, speak up. Oh, there's another one that wants a ban. This is really all I planned on doing today. It's a pruning day. Please don't ban me, Danny. That's a ban. That's a ban. Thinning the herd, yeah. Pretty much. Passing them out left and right. You're risking your life and the lives of others on an unfounded and frankly ludicrous assumption. Wow. Wow. There's 300 seconds for you to dry your eyes. Would you be okay with something like you're required to be brainwashed? Just have your thoughts on replacing something disastrous, nothing else change in order to operate and advance. What? Get out of here. I can't. The shit that you're proposing is way too complex. It can't be done in a single comment, apparently. Anybody with their political compass as a profile picture should be shot. I agree. I agree. Nothing but gibberish. I know. That's the way these have been lately. I feel like the last 4 or 5 of these have been like super high on the gibberish factor, so I'm just gonna start pruning the gibberish up out of here. Anybody that talks some shit that literally makes no sense is gonna get immediately banned. It's gonna get dumped. Like just flat earth with no context or anything, all in caps, that's a ban. Why thin the herd when you could just use the idiots in your group as human shields for cheap menial labor? I mean, I can't make you guys work. If you guys were real people and I had some kind of control over you, I wouldn't ban you, I'd put you to work, but as of right now, you serve me not at all. You seen Maniac on Netflix? Maniac. No, I have not. Dank, huh? Well, that's a dank ban. Paul, you turned gay because you listened to what? Just I listened to Straight to Gay, admit it. That's a ban. This is gonna be fun. I wonder how many of you I'm gonna end up banning over the course of the hour. I'm not even trying to be, we're not even focusing on entertainment today. I'm just gonna read these things, and if they make no sense, it's gonna get, there's a shit can. That's all that this is today. Shit can fiesta. Hi, Paul. See ya. What's your favorite games that involves methods of lightly on an old ass episode, which I kind of don't like? Yeah, I see what you're saying, bro. Have that ban. You are one weird person. You're one banned person. How were the tacos? They were tasty. They were tasty, man. They turned out tasty. They were very good. I've got a little leftover taco stuff that I think I'm gonna do some nachos with today before I head over to TJ's. I'm heading over to TJ's today to do an abandoned hope for the patrons. Did you fry those shells? I did. Favorite comedian is Bill Hicks. Can you make pizza from scratch? I could with a recipe in front of me. I can make anything with a recipe in front of me. Can you tell us some of Ashley's stories? For example, her first kiss or something? And is some of your storytelling rubbing off on her? Is she also a storyteller? She's got some good stories. But I don't tell other people's stories, you know? Guys, I'll have to ask her when she's on here one night. She sits with me pretty often out here. You guys can ask her what her first kiss was like and shit. I think we've had that talk. Did you ever find your can? I have no idea where the can opener is. I didn't even ask Ashley about it, to be honest. I completely forgot about it by the time she got home. What are my thoughts on flat Earth? 300 seconds. That's what my thoughts on flat Earth are. I find Bill Hicks to be more of a philosopher than a comedian. I mean, comedy and philosophy have always been intrinsically linked. A lot of the best comedians are also accomplished philosophers. So, yeah. I never heard what your first kiss was like. Was it romantic or shitty? It was with a cousin. Not like a directly related blood cousin. I get shit about this from my family to no end, by the way. And probably from you guys now, too. But yeah, my first kiss was with a cousin. Her name was Angie. And she was a second cousin twice removed or some shit. Let's see if I can walk through it. So my blood aunt married a dude. That dude had a brother. That dude's brother's daughter was Angie. And she was cute. She's kind of like a tomboy. She was about a year older than me. And I had a huge crush on her. And one day we were hanging out over at my aunt's house in the backyard, just kind of like playing around. And she says, come around back here with me for a sec. And I was like, okay. And I followed her around there. And she was like, do you want to make out? And I was like, Yes, I do. So we did. We like chilled back behind the shed in my aunt's backyard, and we sucked face for a while. And that was it, dude. That was it. About a month after that happened, she and I went to Disneyland with my aunt. So it was me, my little sister, my other little cousin, and Angie, and my aunt and uncle. They took us all to Disneyland. And on the way back from Disneyland, she's not blood related at all, no. Yeah. On the way back from Disneyland, 2 knuckles deep for sure. That was, so I hit the fast forward button on my sexual experience. Let's put it that way. We had a blanket over our laps, and let's just say that the 5-hour ride home from Disneyland was memorable and went by really fast. I remember when I saw Bill Hicks for the first time when I was 16. His rant about rock stars being riddled with mediocrity is fucking great, yeah. I mean, all his rants are great. That's why I love him. Then, like, after that happened, she didn't want to mess around anymore. Like, the next time I saw her, I went up to her, you know, like we were just running around the neighborhood. We were chilling at my aunt's house, and I was like, hey, you want to go find a place to mess around? And she was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I was like, oh, yeah, all right. No problem. Yeah, it got too weird for her, I think. Either that or I was just bad at what I was doing. I don't know. It wasn't my parents' car. It was my aunt and uncle's car. Come on, buddy. Get the story right. Yeah, she had a side cousin. I mean, it wasn't really the cold shoulder. We stayed friends and shit. It did make me a little sad, though. I was kind of like, what did I do, you know? But I accepted it, and I moved on. Yeah, she found another cousin. I look like I sweat ranch dressing. Well, you look like a dude that fucking posted one time in my chat and got banned. So I guess we both have a look. She wanted you to text her, lol, you ghosted her? There was no texting back then. Nobody had cell phones, dude. I was like 12. This was 1992. You dated your cousin? No. No, I finger banged and kissed my cousin. And got a hand job from my cousin. Oh, those are whole different, that's a different world. Ever broken a bone? I'm one of those people who never had the misfortune. People do it from time to time. Yeah. I've broken bones. I've broken my foot, my ankle. I broke my arm really, really poor, like really, really hard when I was a kid. I was about 10 and I broke this right arm. I was at the skating rink, and I was racing one of my friends around this corner that was kind of bumpy that we knew. We used to call it Dead Man's Curve. It was the back left corner of the skating rink. And the floor there had a little, you know, it needed to be redone. And we were doing that fucking racing thing where, like, you're going all fast and you're crossing your, you know what I mean? You cross your legs through the turns and you lean all hard and shit. I fell through that turn. My skate hit one of those bumpy parts and came out from under me. And I fell, went flat on my stomach, and my friend that was racing with me ran over my arm with her skate right here and broke it in 2 places. Right there. So when I, like, lifted my arm up, there was like a huge dip there, like, and I was like, ah! My mom came and got me, took me to the hospital. It was fucked. It was fucked. I was in a cast for like 3.5 months or something. They had to put pins in it to get it to heal properly and all that fun stuff. Not a fun break. How did you pay for treatment? Weren't you poor? My parents were both factory workers and had insurance through their factory jobs. Ooh. Ouch. I've broke both my bones in my left arm at once. Wasn't fun, yeah. Definitely not a fun thing. I've broken fingers and toes and stuff, but those are pretty much all the breaks I can remember. Did you get your boobs done at the same time? I should have. I should have. What sports did you partake in? As a kid, my favorite sport was soccer, so I played a lot of soccer. I played it for years when I was a kid, and I did baseball as well for a couple of seasons. I did like, what do they call it, Babe Ruth baseball or whatever. Little League or whatever they call it. Hey, Paul, DFF is cool. Peace from Latvia. Hey, Latvia, what up? What you need, sir, is a ban. There you go. There's your medical advice. A ban. 300-pound former Israeli Special Forces officer crushed my dad's leg when they were training. Damn. How'd he get 300 pounds? I guess that's the former, huh? Yeah, I mean, I usually don't ban people at the rate that I'm banning people today, but like I said, I feel like that there's an entrenched group of just nonsense spewers and spammers that have kind of taken root here, and I'm going to be pruning that tree over the next few shows. Be sending those guys off to another stream to fuck with somebody else. So anybody that doesn't like, if I were you, the only way you're gonna get banned is if you post nonsense or spam or shit. So if I were you, what I would do is I would really proofread my comments for the next few shows. If you don't want to be the, if you don't want to get shrapnel, you know what I mean? You don't want to get banned for no reason. I would full blown read every last one of my comments very closely and see if it's spammy or stupid or makes absolutely no sense. Because all of that is getting shit canned up out of here. I just made Donald Trump a mod in my channel. There we go. Let's get him out of here. Get out. I appreciate the bans because I don't type pure nonsense. I'm safe. Exactly. It doesn't take that. It doesn't take much. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much to post a coherent sentence. Whoops. Yeah. Whoops indeed. 300 seconds. Have you ever completely blown off a major responsibility? Maybe. I don't know. Paul, do you watch your old videos to see how much you've changed? I don't watch my old videos now. Oh, you're welcome for the purge. It's, you know, it makes it nicer for everyone. This account was created solely because I got the ban hammer last time. I promised not to be a complete idiot. There you go. See, he's already learned. He's already felt the scorch. I know this happened months ago, but do you think he will ever get put up the drunken triple feature? There's just no way. There's just no way, man. It got too many flags. Like, it was flagged some absurd amount of times. That one stream that we did where we watched a triple feature and got drunk, I think it pulled 18 flags. 18 separate flags. So it's just done. I mean, I don't even know how to get it now. So I think it's just one of those things that happened once, and everybody that got to see it, you know. If it does come back out, it'll probably be for patrons and stuff. We'll have to put it up somewhere else. Jason wants to get banned. I know you, Jason, so you're not going to get banned, but I will ban you if you post nonsense again. I have to say, though, that Drunken Triple Feature was the best night I've ever spent on YouTube. Wow. Check it out. Paul, did you know what animal cruelty is a sign of you already think that you post the subreddit is encouraged? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I agree. And here's a ban for your troubles. How many episodes do you estimate the D&D campaign will run? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if it'll get another episode. It should be going up today for patrons. If patrons really enjoy it and it gets a good feedback from them, we're also going to put up like little 10-minute preview for other people. If it gets good feedback from patrons and non-patrons alike, then there's a really good chance we'll do another episode of it. If people go, you know, this was boring or meh or whatever, then we won't do any more. Then we won't do any more. I'm so hyped for the D&D thing. I'm gonna make a John Daly and drink with my fake friends. Okay, cool, dude. What's the most acid you've taken at once? I don't know. I think 4 or 5 hits. I don't want to over or underestimate, but I think I took a 5-hit trip once in my teens. I prefer a more mellow trip when I do acid, so 2 to 3 hits is usually where I level off. I'm glad to be a patron because your guys' content is amazing. Hey, check him out. I'm going to get patron status again. I had to leave for the Manatee show. Oh, you got butthurt about the Manatee show? That'll happen. It was meant to butthurt people. What's the most memorable thing from a trip? I mean, I don't know, dude. My last trip is always my most memorable. So the last time I tripped, I spent the whole night kind of locked in a room with Ashley having a long, rambling, insanely honest conversation. And it was great. We listened to Post Malone for like 12 hours straight and just locked ourselves in a room. Sweat it out, you know. If you could party with any living comedian, who would it be? Hannibal Buress, dude. Hannibal Buress looks like he knows how to party. Cinema for Cynics is a channel I loved. Will it be revived? I was so hyped for some of that new content. Yes, 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 yes. Although it's more than likely going to be folded into Pessimist Productions in some way or another. Any chance of more live commentary marathons and screen capturing it so you can upload to Vimeo if it gets removed from YouTube? I mean, that's what we're doing now. We have a, you know, part of our patrons' content is that every month we sit down, either me and TJ or me, TJ, and Scotty. We sit down and we do a commentary, and we put it up for the patrons. So that's already part of our patrons' content. That trip to the Big Chief place, when's it gonna happen? I'm pushing for it, man. I'm hoping that like maybe next month I can get the guys to just take a day, you know what I mean? And we'll all drive up there, eat a big fat greasy meal at the Big Chief, maybe announce to people that we're going so anybody that's in the area can come meet us there. Sounds like a plan to me. Hannibal Buress got Bill Cosby thrown in prison. Yeah, he did. Wish I could have seen Cinema for Cynics getting over 1 million subs if you kept at it for a few years on YouTube. It probably could have, but you know, my heart is elsewhere. So I enjoy doing the side stuff on Cinema for Cynics, but I really enjoy doing Deep Fat Fried and the patron content. That's where my heart is at. And so that's what I focus most of my attention on. Can I do a deep web live streams for your channel? I study my first one this last Friday on YouTube. My 11th deep web vid, my first deep web stream. What? Holy shit, man. Holy shit. I don't even know what to say to you, bro. That was utter gibberish from start to finish. I feel like at least you paid $5 for it, so I won't immediately ban you. But, whew, man, that was just a long, yeah, it's a $5 ban shield. Would you check out my band if I linked you on Twitter? Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. First time I ever watched Night of the Living Dead was on Highdeology. It was a cool experience, and I thank you for doing it. Hey, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Pitch Wars is my favorite YouTube series. I'm sad that it was short-lived. I think we've got some plans for Pitch Wars. I think you might see some more Pitch Wars. We enjoyed doing them. Do you like punk music? Yes, I do. I like a little bit of every genre. Paul, do you believe that someone can be too frugal, like to the point that it's a detriment? Yes. Yes, I can. I've known people that were too frugal. I've known people that were frugal to the point of it being a detriment in their lives. Torah study again? No, not today. That was kind of fun, though, a little impromptu Torah study. Someone can be to anything. Yes, that's true. Everything in moderation. If you could have one superpower at the cost of one of your senses, which would you lose and which would you gain? Just one of my senses? All right, I'd gain the power of teleportation, and I'd give up my power of smell. It'd be a good thing, because if you can't smell things, you can't taste them. So I'd probably get, it'd be easy. It'd help me lose weight, and I could teleport too. Dude, the power of teleportation, instantaneous teleportation anywhere, would make me unstoppable. I couldn't be captured. I could be, you know what I mean? Nobody could fucking take me anywhere. Like, I could just teleport directly into Fort Knox and load my pockets up with gold bars and then teleport out. And if they got me on camera and came to fucking arrest me, I could just teleport to another country with all my gold. You know what I mean? Could teleport back to California anytime I wanted and sit on the beach. And if the fucking feds showed up to try and arrest me because I'm, like, robbing banks and shit, I'd just teleport somewhere else. I really enjoyed the Bad Ben movie review. Would like to see more in October. Yeah, Bad Ben is an interesting one. There's actually 3 of those movies, and I kind of want to do like a review of all 3 of them. Have you ever known anyone that has gone on to be a murderer? Have I known a murderer? Let me think about it for a second. I don't know that I've ever known anybody really, really, like, close to me, like, really well. I can't think of anybody, honestly, so I guess I'll have to say no. I mean, there's a chance that somebody that I've known has gone on to murder somebody, but... I had a friend who shot someone who broke into his house to rob him. Eesh. The good guy with the gun. The good guy with the gun theory plays out. I can't believe you are sticking in Louisiana. Well, believe it. Hey, Paul, yesterday a friend of mine came to my house to watch a movie. I recommended to him to watch Alien or Mulholland Drive, and he said no. What do I do? I don't know. Go smoke a joint? I knew a guy who killed someone by stabbing them 40 plus times with a screwdriver. Jesus. Wow. Was that Dinor barking? No, that's somebody else's dog way down at the very end of my apartment complex, echoing through the halls. You knew that murderer, i.e. your friend who was a pathological liar? Yeah, I don't think he murdered anybody, though. In fact, I know he didn't. I'm 100% sure he didn't murder anybody. My brother is scary and might have killed someone, but I can't know. Yee, that's crazy. Know a guy that was stabbed and shot and barely survived and spent a year in prison. So he got stabbed and shot and went to jail for it, huh? I know this one kid at school who attempts to shoot Mexican kids playing soccer from a second-story window. You might want to call the police. Still planning on eating at the Big Chief? Fuck yes. I can't die and not eat at the Big Chief. I'm gonna talk to the guys about it today. I'm gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna really keep pushing it, dude. Like when the guys, we're all getting together today to do an Abandon Hope. And yep. I just want to say thank you, Paul. PP is the only thing I've ever become a patron of. You guys provide with so much awesome content. Hey, man, thanks for that. Yeah, stay tuned, too. You guys, like, patrons of ours are about to get a bunch of shit. There's, like, a ton of shit. We've got our trip to Radostas that's going to be going up soon. And that's like an hour and a half, I think, worth of just us chilling and eating good food and going across the bridge and stuff. So that's coming up soon. We've got the Drunken Dank Dungeons and Drunken Dragons coming up soon. Abandon Hope, we're filming one of those tonight, and that'll go up in full for the patrons. It's gonna be awesome, dude. So you've picked a good time to be a patron of Pessimist Productions, for sure. Your plate will be full. If I became a patron right now, could I watch Abandon Hope tonight? Can't watch, probably not tonight, but it'll be going up in full probably tomorrow for everybody. Or maybe tonight, I don't know. I don't know what TJ's plans for it are, but yes, you can watch Abandon Hope that we're doing tonight if you become a patron tonight. Don't diss Southern food. Oh, is Noah shitting on people? Is the trip a $10 perk? Yes, that one trip will be a behind-the-scenes perk for $10 people. Everything else I mentioned will be $5 and below. I checked out other Patreons, and you guys are one of the few who actually give stuff for being a patron. I mean, there's a lot of Patreons out there that, you know, they give something really easy. Like, one of the most popular Patreon things seems to be like, we'll mention your name and thank you directly at the end of a thing. But that's like, nobody watches that. Nobody else tunes in for that. It's not a great perk. Like, we decided that we wanted to give actual content. We're trying to create, you know, a multifaceted channel with different kinds of content on it, and that's what we want to give our patrons. We want to give patrons more shit than they could possibly watch. What's the most beer you've ever drank in one night? I don't know. I don't have stats on my life. Back on the day you guys did the soapbox on DP, that was a really cool perk. You're talking about like allowing people to come on. That was not a cool perk, dude. That was a perk that created content that nobody else wanted to watch. There's a reason why we do a show and most people don't. And the soapbox had people that had no idea how to entertain, no idea how to roll with the flow, no idea how to engage in banter, and put them front and center in front of people as content. It was a terrible, terrible perk, and I'm glad it's gone. Yeah, nothing like that will ever pop up on our Patreon ever again. How does Patreon work exactly? You go to Patreon, you go to our Patreon page, which is linked down below all of our videos. You give us $5 a month and you get a shitload of content. If you want even more content, you give us $10 a month. You get some behind the scenes shit. That's the way it works. At the end of the month, if you don't like what you've gotten, you can cancel your Patreon. If you like what you've gotten and you want another month's worth, you keep it. That's the way it works. Do new patrons get every past thing too? They do. I like that during DFF you guys pretty much ignore the chat. Makes the show far more cohesive. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Every once in a while we dip back to the chat. You know, if I see something float by that's funny or interesting, you know, we might dip into the chat. But yeah, the chat is not a part of the show. The only parts of the show are the people on it. And that's the way it should be. That's what makes it a show. Are you defenseless against a cop accidentally coming into your house? Yes. Yes, I'm defenseless. So you're telling me there's never a chance of me coming on the show? Never. There's a better chance that a giant celestial butthole descends from the sky and sucks us all up into its bowels than for you ever speaking a single word on a Pessimist Productions property. And that's the way it goes. Love your hair, by the way. I really don't love my hair right now. I want it to be longer. It's at a really, really shitty place right now, but I don't know. It's getting there. The Discord link in the description is invalid. Where can I find the real one? Shouldn't be invalid. Should be the Discord link, buddy. Plans on playing Elite Dangerous or Civ anytime soon? Paul, I'm an optimist, and I smoked some DNT and went on the dark web, and I saw God in 4K HD. Wow. You earned yourself a ban with that nonsense. Only time be featured on DFF is if they would film another meetup. Well, maybe. You should get the I like to speak to your manager haircut. What's that haircut? What's that haircut? I don't know that haircut. I see people with all kinds of different haircuts pulling that one. Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained? Probably Django. I'd say Django. Inglourious Bastards is probably my least favorite Tarantino film outside of Jackie Brown. I think Jackie Brown is my least favorite Tarantino film, followed by fucking Inglourious Bastards, followed by Three Rooms or whatever it is. I like what you're doing with your balls today. Oh, good. Asbestos Fingers took care of it for me. Thanks, Asbestos Fingers. Bought a sheet of acid off the dark web. Do you think that's too much for personal use? Yes. I wouldn't take a whole sheet of acid, but I assume you're an adult. Do what you want. When two pregnant moms fight, is it like a mecha fight for the babies? Have you ever done Adderall? No. Do you have Asperger's? No. Hey, Paul, if you could speak another language, what would that be? I'd like to speak Chinese. I think that makes the most sense. I think that's going to be the most useful language to know in the next 10 or 20 years. I haven't seen Upgrade, no. Do you like? The thing is, Inglourious Basterds is still a great movie, and it's near the bottom of the list. Shows how great Tarantino is. Yeah, for sure. I still enjoy it. It's just not my favorite. Your eyes look like black voids on this filter. Good. Do you like opera? Some of it. I've seen a couple of operas. I'm thinking about Russian. Did Ashley like those tacos? She loved them. They were delicious. They were everything they were supposed to be and more. The only thing good about Inglourious Basterds is it has a few good quips and moments. It's good all the way through. It just drags a little bit. I think it's overlong by about half an hour, personally. Do you like pool, and are you any good at it? I'm not real good at it, but I like it. I think it's fun. Oh, man. Dude, it's just, it's too much out here today. I'm going to move inside for a little bit. Ooh, too sloppy, too bullshitty. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I could show you guys this. Let me turn on the lights. We put up some decorations and some Halloween stuff. Well, Ashley did most of it. But we've got decor. Look here. On the window, a spooky bow with spooky spider webs and spiders. And then over here, over our bedroom door, there's some spooky. And then in here, there's some spooky going into the kitchen. Dare you walk into the kitchen? And then here's my painting of me. We found a place to put that up. There's a bat. And then over here in the dining room, there's a more spooky, and then there's boo on the back here, and then we got like, for our table, we got like a Halloween thing. Here's some other stuff that could go up. Oh, do you guys want to see a picture of my parents? Look at this, my parents when they were, my mom was 16 in this picture. My dad is 18. This was the year that they got married. What do you guys think about that, huh? Mom and dad, there they are. Young love indeed, yeah. 16 and 18. I look like my mom. Yeah, I look like my dad too, though. You know, don't let the skinny nerd back here fool you. Look at him. Look at that nose. Huh? My dad looks like a dweeb. He's kind of a dweeb, yeah. Yeah. There's mom. There's dad. Young love. Young love. Oh, yeah. And then there's this. Enter if you dare. Oh, and then we put up some of this stuff here. There's some articles, a news story I was in, some awards that I got. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Huh? Spooky house. We got spooky things going on. I didn't picture your dad looking like a nerd. Well, that one, I mean, you got to understand that was in like I don't know, dude. I'd have to do the math. That was in the 60s. That picture was taken in probably like 1968 or 69, something like that. What's the news story? I don't know. What is playing? Oh, I had some Kyle Kulinski playing when I got up, apparently. Being a nerd is mainstream now. Yeah, that's true. My dad was ahead of his time, man. He embraced that nerd life before it became the best thing to be. Come on, Paul. Enjoy that brisk 80-degree Louisiana weather. Jesus, man, my fucking shirt. Like, I'm going to have to change my shirt now just because I sat outside for like an hour. It's soaked. Like, I sweat through my shirt just sitting out there. It's just bullshit. It's total bullshit. Was Paul Parkey Sr. white guilt? Here we go. Here we go. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. You're too dumb to watch this show. Your dad looks a little bit like Von Helton when he was young. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Man, dude, I feel like we've had a very, very fruitful day here in terms of banning a lot of the tism out of the chat. Spooky, scary skeleton send shivers down your spine. Ooh, okay. How we doing? Wow, dude. Look what happens as soon as I get up and walk away. What is TISM? 300 seconds. Drop Yandi. That's a ban. People aren't taking my advice. They're not proofreading these comments before they put them out. Caps equals timeout. Yep. Caps equals timeout. Nonsensical fucking thing. Either equals a timeout or a full-blown ban. That's the way we're doing it. We're pruning it out. Oh, salt. Okay. There you go, buddy. Spooky, scary skeletons. You just gotta train the chat. Oh, it's been time to fucking crack down. I've been way too lenient here. I've been passing out barely any bans and shit, but it's over now. It is over. Paul, my brother, if you keep the laws, smoke DMT, bro. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. That was just nonsense. Any Halloween stories? Like ever hang out in a graveyard on Halloween? My friend John and I, when we were kids, used to go out Halloween. Like we used to run around this big neighborhood and go trick or treating. And one year we got our bags snatched by this kid in the neighborhood who ran up behind it. We were like 8 or something, and he snatched one of our bags. So the next year we went out, John had a pellet gun that looked kind of like a real gun, but it was just a pellet gun. And he put that like down the front of his pants, and we went walking around. Here comes this dude again, all dressed up in his fucking skeleton suit or whatever, and he snatches John's bag. Well, John holds on to it and reaches down the front of his pants and just points that fucking gun at him, right in his face. And the kid was like, "Ah!" and ran away. That was a great Halloween night. That was a great Halloween night because that dude was like 2 times the size of both of us put together. But he was not prepared to see a gun in his face. He didn't light him up. No, he didn't shoot him. He didn't have to. So he learned his lesson there. Who steals sweets from kids? I know. On Halloween, of all days, runs by and snatches the bag of a kid. So the year before, I had to share my bag with him. I had to split my bag with him because that fucking asshole took all of his candy. Bag snatching is what they used to call it. How old was this guy? Well, we were 7 or 8. He was probably fucking 14 or 15 years old. How old were you when you stopped trick-or-treating? 18. I think the last time I trick-or-treated was when I was 18 years old. Maybe 17. You ever gone mudding? Yes. My parents used to be in a 4-wheel drive club. My dad had an old Willys Jeep that he rebuilt and put Monster Mudder tires on, and they would take these excursions to different places. There's this place in California called Truck Hill. That's one of the scariest fucking places ever. You can actually look it up. Let me see if I can find a picture of it for you guys. Truck Hill, California. It might not be there anymore. Truck Hill. I wonder where that was. I'm going to have to ask my parents. It was this very, very steep dirt slope. And at the bottom of it was a tree that had an old Jeep wrapped around it. And we would try and pull that hill. My dad never made it because he never had posi traction. He was always bitching about how he wanted to put posi traction on our Jeep so that, that one tire wouldn't. He said if he had posi traction, he could get up and over Truck Hill. But we never got up. We'd get about 3/4 of the way up and then just like, God damn it, have to back down all slow. Truck Hill. I don't even know where that was. Oh man, you said some paused shit. Get banned. That's an immediate ban. I see any kind of fucking Andy Worski-esque alt-righty Pepe the Frog bullshit in here, blacked or paused or any of that shit, instant ban. Just letting you know. What does paused mean? Why are you asking in my chat? Why are you asking in my chat? You're sitting in front of the internet. You're on the internet right now. Here's 300 seconds to go and look it up. Paul, you're just a fat neckbeard, just about it. Well, you're just banned, just about it. Paul, have you watched any animes? Yes, I've watched some animes. There we go. There we go. Go find an Andy Worski stream to spam fucking paused and blacked and all this stupid fucking alt-right bullshit. What's your favorite brand of chips? Mine is Doritos. I like Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, dude. That's my shit. Why is everyone getting tucked in? It's a pruning day. It's a pruning day. Too many dumb shits spoil the broth. You know how it is. Me and my friends usually do a ritual every Halloween for fun. Cool. Puffy Cheetos? Nah, dude, nah. Ever done a dark ritual just for fun? I did it with some friends. It was a fun experience because I set up something to fall in another part of the house. Oh, so you spooked your friends. I've never really done any, like, I don't know, dark rituals or anything. I don't think I could keep a straight face through one. Have you tried hot Cheetos with ketchup on them? It's weird, but really good. I don't know. I'll try it. Crunchy, dude. Crunchy. Crunchy hot Cheetos. That's it. What do you think about the kids who take an entire bowl of candy that was left outside with a sign saying, "Take one, please"? I think that the person that puts a bowl of candy out on their fucking front porch that says, "Take one," it deserves to have some fucking kid come and take the whole goddamn bowl. Those people, what they're assuming is that people are raising children to have character. So they're raising children to do the right thing even when no eyes are on them. And that's actually the inverse of the truth. People aren't even raising children anymore. They're just kind of ignoring children and letting them grow up to be little sociopathic fuck nuts. So I would never, ever, ever in a million years put a bowl of candy out in front of my fucking house and expect anybody to just take one. The honor system. Yeah, that's dead, by the way. There's no honor system in the world anymore. There used to be. There used to be an honor system in this world. That's over. There ain't no honor no more. People cannot be trusted to do the right thing unless they've got daddy looking at them. As soon as they think that they don't have a pair of eyes on them, they turn into total fucking shitbags. That's the way the world is now. That's why I'm an authoritarian, because I see the way the wind is blowing. People cannot act like normal human beings unless they fear that there's going to be some kind of social or personal repercussion for it. If they feel like they can get away with anything, they will. I saw a single mother just dump her iPad on her meme-speaking son and just stared at that while he was eating in a restaurant. That's basically what that's raising a child now. That's raising a child. Ever had an orgy? Nope. Never had an orgy. What if the authoritarians turn on you? That's a better risk to take than letting people with absolutely no moral compass and no character run society. I'll take my risk with the strong arm of the law because I'd rather have eyes on these fucking shitbags. People can't be trusted. People can't act like normal people unless, like I said, daddy's eyes are right on them. That's when people act like normal human beings, when they feel like somebody's going to see them do their shitty thing. If they feel like they can just get away with it, they'll do it. That's the way it is. That's what we need. We need a strong fucking central government, strong law enforcement. I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind. Ever got lost? Yeah. Back in the days before, GPS and stuff, I've gotten lost. There was one time I was coming back from Santa Cruz with my ex-wife, and it was night. And it's a drive that I'm pretty familiar with, but I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque or some shit. And we ended up driving about 100 miles in the wrong direction before I realized, like, um, I, uh, I don't know where we are. Maybe we should just stop and find out where we are. Good thing Paul will never be appointed despot of the world. Yeah, dude, 100. I know it sounds ridiculous, but yes, about 100 miles in the wrong direction. Some countries have ethics classes as part of their curriculum. I think that this idea has some merit. Oh, absolutely. Ethics needs to be taught in school, for sure. Someone once tried to argue with me that because they give their kids iPads to babysit them, that they will be miles ahead of other kids technology-wise. That person is a retard, and that person is making excuses for not actually raising their children. And that person's children are going to be the exact type of kid that I've been talking about, the type that's going to dump the whole bowl of candy in their bag because nobody's looking at them. I had ethics classes in primary and secondary school. Well, yeah, I'd love to see something like that added to the curriculum here. Whenever the U.S. tries to teach morality, it devolves into Christian fundamentalism and Protestant-Zionism. What the fuck is Protestant-Zionism, dude? Those kids need to learn to interact with other humans, yes. Yes, indeed. Do you think that there's anything that Trump could do that would not make him look like a complete idiot? Stepping down. Stepping down and saying, like if he stepped down and said, I was not prepared for this job, I'm not doing a good job for the country, I'm actually making things worse for all of you, and that wasn't really what I set out to do, so I'm going to go ahead and step down and get out of the way and let somebody that knows how to be an administrator step in. Sorry for being such an idiot. If he said that, he wouldn't look like a total idiot. He'd look like a normal human being. Well, I mean, it was a hypothetical, so yeah, nothing. It definitely won't ever happen. Paul, what about the First Amendment? Do you care about people's God-given rights? There's no such thing as a God-given right. The rights that we have in this country were not God-given; they were man-given. So, I don't believe in God-given rights. Period. If having a gun is a God-given right, why don't we have them in England? Exactly. There's no God-given right. There's no God, so. He pulls off the mask and it's Andy Kaufman. Dun, dun, dun. When I'm hanging with friends, I hate when they all go on their phones. I'm the only one who actually tries to interact with them. Well, better get used to it. What do you say to people that genuinely believe Trump is a super genius playing 790,000 billion dimensional chess? I don't say anything to those people. Those people are not worth your time. They're too stupid to live, too stupid to have a fucking conversation with. There's a new Mountain Goats EP? No, I have not heard it. I'll have to check it out. I love some Mountain Goats. Any topics you want to make a show about but haven't gotten the crew to agree to do? I mean, I kind of want to do these racial shows. Like, look at the history of different, different races. Like, I want to DFF the blacks, right? DFF the Jews, DFF the whites. But I don't know if that would be, you know what I mean? I don't know if that would be a well-received block of shows or not. Top 10 greatest ever races? Nah. I just want to look at each race. You know, give a good deep look at each race. Let's look at the white race. Let's look at the black race. Let's look at the Mexican race. You know what I mean? Let's find out what's going on over here. Let's find out what we're all doing. What are we all up to? What kind of art and cultural, additions have each of these races made? What kind of struggles have these races gone through? How have these races related with other races in history? What kind of trials and tribulations have these races been through? Yep. I would ban you if I could right now for being stupid with being spelled wrong. That is the easiest ban I've done today. See you later, bitch. See you later. It's easy to find bans too, because typically the people that need a ban don't have any kind of fucking like icon for themselves. They just have like you know what I mean, the default little guy or the first letter of their name, like Mark here, who gets timeout for the haha, because he could have done that without typing it. If you haha, you can just haha to yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly like you. Yeah, they're pretty easy to find. Because, you know, it takes a little extra time when you log into your next alt, so... I think one of these days I'm just going to start one of these and I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let the chat go by and I'm just going to start banning people that don't have an icon. Just quietly. And I'm just going to stare at you while I do it. We'll do it for an hour, and then I'll just end the stream. That would be fun, actually. I think I'm actually going to do that. I think I'm actually going to do that. I don't even know how to get an icon or a picture. Ooh, you might want to look into it, bro. You might want to look into it. You might want to do some Googling, because I'm really genuinely considering doing one of those streams, dude. The cleansing. Yep, better find an icon, huh? They're all coming out of the woodwork now. Now they've all disappeared. Look, everybody's got an icon now. All these iconless guys are like, fuck, he's on to us. He's on to us, boys. All right, Naughty Priest. I won't ban you. But everybody else. Everybody else. Did you get another pet? If yes, what? No, I don't want another pet. We've got two. Two's plenty for me. We got a little Dynor. And we've got a little postie. That's all I need. Paul, our dependence on social media and technology is not a good or bad thing. It's just humanity transitioning into another method of interaction. Another method of interaction that doesn't include any nonverbal communication and doesn't include any repercussions, socially or otherwise, for things that are said or done. That's not an even trade, my friend. Now you can I do agree with you that, you know, people that are dragging their heels like me are just fighting against the tide, but let's at least be honest about what we're trading for what. I totally agree with you. We're trading normal human interaction where nonverbal communication takes center stage. We're trading that for this trolling bullshit. Zero consequence environment, no thought towards what's being typed, bad grammar, bad spelling, bad punctuation, unreadable run-on sentences, and absolutely, positively zero repercussions. That's what we're trading. We're trading a society for basically just stupidity. I agree, though, that there's no way to stop it, that the people have made their minds up, that this is the new way that we're going to be communicating in the future. I just lament the loss of actual normal human face-to-face communication, conversation, body language, and all the other nonverbal communication aspects. I just miss it all. I miss it all, and I lament its loss. But I agree. I agree that it's done. The winds of change are blowing. Can't see Posty right now because he's asleep. Posty is a nocturnal animal, so he sleeps during the day. He is in his little hut. You should have put your real name when accessing the internet. Maybe scan people's ID when using the internet. It will reduce... Scan people's ID? What are you talking about, man? Ever built a base with friends in a tree? If so, what's the biggest one? I was actually kind of lucky. When I was really young and my parents lived out in the country, my dad built me and my little sister this thing called Kid Town, which was basically just like a small old western town. It had a bar, which was mine. It was called PJ's Bar, and then it had a jail, and then the next one next to that was a diner, which was my sister's, and it was like a very small old west town kind of thing with the edifices and all that. I've got some next time I go visit my mom, I want to do a stream looking through some picture books and shit. I want to actually take some pictures from my childhood and get them scanned and stuff, because there was a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool pictures that I could show you guys from when I was a kid. My mom was basically a Japanese tourist when I was young. She took pictures of everything, so I could show you some childhood pictures. He built that. He's a very, very intelligent dude. He's a fucking natural mechanic. He never went to school for it, but just knows how to fix pretty much any machine. He's a natural engineer. He knows how to build pretty much any structure. The dude is just, my dad is incredibly smart, incredibly intelligent dude. Got me thinking about my new neighbors. They have kids who I never see outside. And when I do see them, they look at me like they've never seen another human being before. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much what it is now. You still talk to him? I haven't spoken to my dad in about 3 years, 2 years, something like that. So no, we don't really speak. It's day there, it's night here. Smoke your way to the stratosphere. Cool. I was thinking about banning you, but it was an alright poem, so I'll let you stay. I'll let you hang in there. My neighbor lets kids run around in the street unattended. Is that better? Yep. Let me tell you why. Kids are supposed to run around the street unattended. That's part of being a kid. They're supposed to be outside playing, getting into trouble and shit. That's part of growing up. So yes, that is better. Letting your kids run around the streets unattended is better than keeping them locked up in your house with their fucking face in a cell phone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Skinned knees, fights, minor property crime. Kids are supposed to get into some shit. They're supposed to get into some shit. Just the way it works, man. What if the kid is choosing to stay inside? Then, see, there's this thing called parenthood where you're the boss of those kids. I know it's crazy, but you're the boss of them. So if they say, fuck you, mom, I want to stay inside, you grab their cell phone and you grab their fucking iPad off of them, you put it somewhere where they can't find it, and you kick them out of the house and say, go play. Get out of the house. Go have fun. You don't have a choice in the matter. Go play with your friends. So you sack up as a parent. You sack up. Yeah, grab them by their ear and push them outside and say, don't come back till fucking dark. I feel like I'm one of those kids you're talking about being raised by technology. I'm probably lucky to have a responsible dad, I guess. The problem is most of the other parents won't do that, so the kid would be by himself outside. That's fine. I don't know where this idea came that kids can't be trusted to be by themselves outside, but let me just tell you, they can, and there's nothing wrong with it. Kids can be outside, guys. Kids can play outside and not have a fucking parent's eyes on them 24/7. Paul, I understand your qualms with modern-day youth communication. However, I humbly disagree with the intensity of the situation in which you portray. My neighborhood is still vibrant. There's a lot of neighborhoods that are still vibrant. I'm not saying that it's completely gone off. I just see the way the wind is blowing. I know in 10 years it's going to be worse, and 10 years after that it's going to be worse. You know what I mean? I don't think that we've completely and utterly lost our ability to communicate. I just think that we're losing it. We're losing it. I always stayed inside, not just because I was using technology, but because I preferred to be inside. I had no friends or anyone to play with anyway. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. It was sucky. You probably had no friends because you never went outside. So you got to go outside and play with kids to get friends. That's how I made all the friends in my life. Every friend that I ever had as a child, I made because I was playing with them at school or whatever, and we became buds. Or I was outside at my house and I saw them playing stickball or some shit, and I went and played with them. They were playing some pickup basketball or something. I'd go play with them, or I'd play some basketball by myself outside, and they'd come along and we'd play a pickup game. That's how you make friends. You got to go outside. You don't have any friends, or you didn't have any friends as a child because you never went and played with kids. Like, how do you think friends happen? It's the same thing too. I see people like incels, right? Or people that are still virgins and they think they shouldn't be virgins, and they're like, you know, oh man, I just never got laid, man. That just never happened. It's like you didn't go out. Like you don't get laid if you don't go out and try. You don't make friends if you don't go out and try to make some friends. I'm worried for this next generation. I'm worried for the generation after that. This next generation is going to be caught in the middle. Like a 5'1" bald guy is going to get laid though. I see 5'1" bald guys with chicks everywhere. I see it everywhere, dude. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. There are like more than one vagina out there for every dick. There's no excuse. Zero excuse. You just got to get out there. I see short guys getting laid. I see big fat guys getting laid. And just no excuse, guys. You got to be in it to win it. It's like the lotto. Any dude can get any chick. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's like maybe that's a good maybe that's a good attitude to have, but in practice, I don't know that that's the truth. You're 3'7" and weigh 380. Can you get laid? Well, you got to go out and try. Definitely not sitting around and watching your waistline grow. Nobody's going to drop vagina on you for free. You know what I mean? You're going to have to go out there and try. If you started doing that, you probably wouldn't be 380 pounds too. You know what I mean? Any rich dude can get any chick. Now that's closer to the truth. That's closer to the truth. That is closer to the truth, for sure. I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. Ooh, I can read your mind. I've seen fat, ugly dudes with 11s just because they were funny. I mean, being funny goes a long way. I'm living proof of that. I'm living proof of that. Being a funny dude, being an outgoing guy that can carry on a conversation and stuff goes a long way with women. Women are wired differently than men. Men are incredibly visual. Women are visual as well, but they also there's other criteria for them. You know what I mean? There's other criteria for women. How's it going? Am I still useless? Yeah. How's it going with you? Are you still fucking banned forever? Go to a strip bar. Eventually you'll find one who will put out for not that much money. I mean, you don't have to go to a strip club for that. Just save up and buy a ticket to Reno and go to a cat house. If that's all that you care about, then yeah, you can go pay for pussy. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's on offer. You know what I mean? Get out there. Get you some vagine. Have some vagine. Why are people so obsessed with privacy? It's too late to believe in privacy. I think that there's this new kind of obsession with privacy because people realize that they've given it away and they want it back, but they're never going to get it back. There was a time in this country where you could say something in your home and nobody was listening. You could walk out in public and nobody was watching, nobody was tracking your movements. You could post something and nobody cared. Those days are over. We've given away our privacy. It's game over for privacy, guys. Game over. Guys, stay right there. I'm gonna go pop something in the microwave real quick. Ooh, I want some food. Ah, ouch. Dead leg, dead leg, dead leg. I don't wanna think anymore, 'cause I don't wanna live anymore. Believe it. The sun in your eyes makes some of your lies worth believing. Doom, 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 doom. I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind. I am the maker of rules, dealing with fools. I can cheat you blind. I can read your mind. I can read your mind. I can read your mind. Looking at you. I want to listen to that song, man. Yeah, the Alan Parsons Project. It's a song called Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons Project. You can look it up. It's an 80s song, and it's fucking great. Fucking great, man. Heard any good new bands lately? Good new bands. Not really. Not really. A lot of the new music that I'm listening to is like hip-hop stuff. I've been on a hip hop kick lately, so I haven't listened to a whole lot of new rock or anything like that. All right, well, I'm done. I'm gonna go eat my food. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.